How's it going, everyone? So today we have this Stihl weed eater on the table. Now this is going to be a little bit of a backstory. If you don't care, then just go ahead and fast forward it. However, backstory on this machine is as follows. I got this for like 20 bucks on the internet. Dude said that the bearing was frozen and he tried to repair it, and now he doesn't know what happened, and this is the other clutch drum that came with it. I could definitely tell somebody's been wrenching on that. So I bought it for like 20 bucks and I figured I'd sell it later. I bought it, however, in November. It is now April. So, buddy of mine runs a landscaping business, hired another guy, and he's looking for a relatively inexpensive machine. I instantly thought of this one. I asked him if he needed a guard, because I don't know if you can tell right now. Oops. But too much stuff to hit in this garage. This does not have a guard on it, and I don't have a guard. But he said no, he would actually prefer if it doesn't have one, because that would be one less thing for him to take off. I said, I'm your man. So now we are here. So I paid 20 bucks for this. Him and I both agreed on a price of $140 for this machine. So let me break down as follows. $20. This is $30. It is a genuine Stihl OEM cover with a bearing inside of it. In addition to that, these are the pieces that came with it. They look like they are mostly complete. I thought there was a clip in here, but maybe oh no, I put it away so it wouldn't fall. Also came with a clip, a little dirty, but looks like it should be fine. In addition to that, I got a new clutch drum. The clutch drum, however, is not here because I need to put the new one of this into the freezer. It's been in the freezer for like a week now because the new owner of this machine just got back, and he's gonna want to start this new dude. I think he said about 2 or 3 days, and I kind of forgot about it. So it should be most definitely frozen. Let me explain why I put it in the freezer. So this bearing has pretty much a very tight fit. It's an interference fit, and it needs to go in there pretty securely. Now the problem with that is if you start hammering on both the drum and the bearing, or maybe just the drum, you can damage the drum, and most definitely you can definitely damage the bearing. So I didn't want to do that. If you put it in the freezer, then you will go ahead and potentially save yourself the hassle, and without having to press it in, it might just slip in or be able to be put in with minimal left taps. So that's where we are today. The bearing, the cover, like I said, is about $30, came with the bearing. Everything else seems like it's fine. The clutch drum was also $30, so it's $60. I paid $20 for this, so $80. I'm gonna make about 60 bucks on it, depending on if the carb is good. Last time I checked, it was running. It could be a little better, but he says he doesn't care. He just needs it running, and if it has problems, we'll take care of it later. But if it's running, then I'm okay with that as well. So we have a little bit of insurance here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get that drum. Now let me explain how I'm going to grab the drum. I would prefer not to touch it with my hands, because while if I grab it from like the edge like this, it probably won't do anything. But I would rather not take that risk. Maybe it will the heat will transfer just enough where it will begin to expand. I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab a pair of pliers, which have been in the garage all day. It's April, however, it's only like 44 degrees outside today. Weird, the end of March was 80, now it's 40, it's weird. So I'm going to take these pair of pliers, which have, like I said, been outside or in the garage, about 45, 44, and I'm going to go grab that, and then we'll be back. So here it is. It's getting warmer, but in a second I know it. Might give it a minor left tap. It's almost in. Grab a socket so we don't potentially damage anything. I should have done that earlier, but I'll be back. Grab the socket. Okay, I think we need to go a little bit further. The socket is the same size as the interior of the bearing. It's a little bit bigger, but not much. There's not a whole lot of room in there even for it to be bigger anyway. Okay. We are golden. Now look at that. No chunkiness, no noise. This can expand as far as it needs to go. Now, the reason why we had to go a certain distance is there is a clip that has to go on here. I don't think we can see it now because I think the bearing, or what's left of the bearing, is kind of covering it, but it's supposed to go down to kind of hold it in place. So, let's go ahead and we're going to put the clip in place, grab some pliers, and then at that point in time, we're pretty much good to go to just reassemble everything. And take a screwdriver to make sure I'm in the appropriate area. Yeah, there we go. It is in place now. So now that is locked into place. Our next item is going to be putting this in. This is kind of holds tension on the shaft and holds it in place. That should just slide right in, and it does. That we might also need to give a few love taps to. However, there are a couple locating fit dowels. They're not really even dowels. So I'm going to give that a tap, except I'm going to make sure that it's flat, like so. There we go. It just has to be flush. So, now, we put these back into place. And we put these back into place. One of these has a nut. It's this one that's threaded. The other one does not. So we're going to put that one on this side, because the machine, the engine sits here, the top of the engine sits there, and I would prefer to go in this direction. It doesn't really matter. I think that's how it goes with Stihl. Can't really remember. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. Now, we should be able to get it installed on the machine. The previous owner did so gracefully include all the hardware that we need. And the clutch doesn't seem bad. It's dirty. It's seen better days, but it doesn't seem bad. It's always kind of annoying to put on. There we go. No, not all the way. Sometimes we move it. It's that locating pin that's really getting me right now. I'm going to struggle with this and be back. Now I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you just replace the bearings on there? You could just cut that off and everything, or just buy the new drum. Well, I don't have it anymore because, like I said, it's been November. But for the person who had it before, to get it off, I don't 100% know why they did this, but it is a way. Take that clip off is not the easiest thing in the world. It's pretty far in there, so you're like a normal set of these pliers probably won't work. So you have to have a very long set. I don't think he did, because he just cut this whole thing off. It was kind of funny when I first saw it. I wish I kept it, but I mean, I guess if he thought he was going to be repairing it, then he could just buy a new cover. But cover I bought on Amazon, oddly enough, and the drum I actually got from my local supplier. My local supplier only had this whole assembly except for this clamp. It was not included, but it also included the drum. So it would basically just be you install the clamp and you put it on. However, that was $110. So I found this one on Amazon. It said it was OEM. It looks like it's OEM. It feels pretty good, and it came in steel packaging. In fact, I think it's over there somewhere. So I think it's pretty decent. And even that, it's just a plastic cover, so I'd be more concerned about the bearing, and the bearing seems like it's pretty legit. Now, we need to shove the shaft in and be done. I'm not going to show that because it's just me putting the shaft through the handle and going through there, tightening it up, which case I just thought about it. I don't know if I got the screw that holds the clamp tension on. So I do have random sets of steel screws. Maybe that one will work. Let's see. Yes, that one will work. Okay, good. Disaster avoided. So let me get that tightened up and be back. And here we go. So everything has been installed. It's nice and tight. Let's go ahead and push it to start. I did look at it earlier before I brought it in. It was empty, so I did put a little bit of fuel in there. Hopefully the carb is still good. If I remember correctly, I drained it out for a reason, because I didn't want it to do the carburetor. Choke. I don't think I have the shaft in all the way. I'm going to double check I do. Usually if you spin it, I'm going to take like a screwdriver and kind of shove it into one of the little splines here and kind of jam it up and then spin the head. And if I'm able to spin the head, I don't have it in all the way. No. Well, clutch may be bad, which is unfortunate. Let's try this again. No, I think that is actually the shaft not in, because the drum is spinning. So I'm going to spend a little time and try to get that worked out. Under closer inspection, there is a line here as well as a line there, which tells me the shaft isn't as far as it needs to be. I don't know why I didn't notice that earlier. I mean, readjust it. This might be important to show. So I'm tightening up the clamp, and to get the handle, there's two screws. And this also puts a clamp on the other one is right here. There we go. doesn't have to be super tight. But let's go ahead and give this a try now. Witness mark, or whatever you want to call it, is now completely where it should be. Very nice. So the carb is good, the clutch is good, the drum is good, the bearings are good, everything was installed correctly from the looks of it. I think I'm going to probably find a place to use it. It's raining right now, but I think we should be set. If there's any problems, I'll bring you back. But as of right now, I don't suspect that there is. Like I said, we just didn't push the shaft in where it needs to be. There's a little rod in the center of the shaft that needs to go inside the drum. In fact, it's where we were looking in here. This little square, if you can see it. There we go, that's even better. It just fits in. So, didn't exactly work. However, we should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and leave you at that. Follow me on Instagram at SmallEngine101. If you like PC, keep watching, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If this helped you out at all, leave a thumbs up. It definitely helps me out. And I'll catch you on the next video. Have a good night.